Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture. Listen to me, people. Listen to me. They done picked up Diddy, y'all. You going to jail. You going to jail. They done picked up Diddy, y'all. Now, you know, I have been covering the celebrity lawsuits. And this was one of the celebrity lawsuits because we just heard probably sometime last week that one of the girls from Danity Kane had filed a lawsuit and it was 55 pages. And I was getting ready to go through it and kind of go over what they were talking about. But baby, we'll do that later on. Let's get into what we see right now. So I'm going to pull up my, share my screen and pull up this TMZ article. Ooh, let's get to the top. Let's see what they say. They say Diddy arrested by feds. So he is arrested by the feds in New York after grand jury indictment. So they took those, as you remember, they had raided both of his homes, one in New York and one in California. So they raided both of those homes, and they were taking testimony and stuff like that from different people. And we saw that Dawn Richardson, she just put out a lawsuit against him sometime last week about some of the treacherous stuff that Sean Combs had done to her. And I remember there was a lot of going back and forth. Like, why didn't she say anything? You know, this, that, and the third. Don't know. But let's get into what they're saying within this particular article, y'all. I promise. Let's make it a little bigger so we can all see. All right. So as an update at 7:13, they said that law enforcement sources tell TMZ the arrest was scheduled for tomorrow. Actually, they were just going to pick him up tomorrow, but I guess they found out that he was on the move. He must have found out because remember, one of the things that they were saying, the reason why Diddy was allegedly able to skirt a lot of stuff because he had a lot of friends in law enforcement. But something happened that caused the feds to move earlier. So it says here, Diddy was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York Monday night. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday, where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him. We have unconfirmed reports. The feds are searching his hotel room. So they're not sure if that's going to happen, but this is what's going on now. These look like pictures from the last couple of raids they had in Los Angeles and New York, respectively. That's what it looks like to me. It appears the action was taken in connection with the ongoing criminal investigation into the alleged sex trafficking and other offenses. Now, if you're not familiar with that, Cassie put out a lawsuit the end of last year that detailed all the stuff that Sean Combs had done to her with the freak offs, with all of these different things. All these things were outlined. She outlined all of those perfectly. And then we had subsequent lawsuit after lawsuit. We had up to 4 at that time because the last time was Lil Rod. And then, you know, we had a couple more that came out after Lil Rod. And then we had this Dawn Richardson one. And I hadn't picked that one up. I saw it. I saw how many pages it was. And I was going to skim through it. Excuse me. But baby, before I could skim through it and probably do something for y'all, you know, later on this week, and I'll still do it. It appears they done got homeboy. He is caught. It appears the action was taken in connection to the ongoing criminal investigation into the alleged sex trafficking, and with the warrants being had in, because you remember when they executed those warrants, they executed the warrants with the tapes and all these different things. And then after they had executed their warrant, I mean, was it a couple of weeks later, we saw the Cassie tape. That's what I'm gonna call it. We saw the Cassie tape, and I covered that. And that tape showed him beating her down to the ground. So they were also looking at all those lawsuits that came in. They were looking at all of those different things. Now, I did hear about that Dawn Richardson. One of the things that disturbed me was the fact that he locked her into a car and wouldn't allow her to come out. And I think it was in the middle of the summer, whatever it was hot. and she couldn't get out of that car. He made sure that she couldn't get out of that car. Now that stood out to me. I was like, now see, that just borderlines on cruel if it's true. And on the bottom of my screen, everything it's got my social media handles, but it also has allegedly, 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 allegedly. So when some of the things that I am talking about is all alleged, but I'll also say too. Let's see. So in the meantime, in between time, while we didn't hear a whole bunch of stuff, they were doing all of their investigation, and then they piled up all this information and they presented it to a grand jury. And as they presented it to a grand jury, baby, the grand jury said, oops, you need to go pick him up. We need him off the road. Because they were talking, there was rumors that, his $800 million fortune slowly dwindling from paying out lawsuits, from paying out all kinds of different things, legal fees and all that other stuff. And he's currently not bringing in a lot of money, because you remember the way he tried to make it seem like he was the creator and owner of Ciroc. He was just the face of it. They got rid of him. So that's where a majority of his money was coming from. So let's see who's here. Let's see this. I see it. Girl, got him. Got him. Got him. Yes. Thank you so much for joining Unapologetic Simmer. Diidy done. He when that video came out with him, when she said what he would do to her, and she described this to a T in a lawsuit, and then we see it. I think that for the feds was like, okay, we need to look further at all of these other allegations, because what's the name of the white girl from Danity Kane? Is it Aubrey O'Day? See, I believe something happened in between there too, because she's always talked about or hinted how Diddy was a mess, but she never came out and said it. So I'm hoping that maybe she'll come out and say what exactly it was, because she never did say what happened to her. So I believe something happened to her as well. Allegedly, Diddy. I know that's right. I know that's right. But what I do know is that they picked him up and they put him to jail. So he behind bars right now. And depending on what they've got him for, he may or may not be able to he may or may not be able to come out. We don't know. His attorney says, who is Mark Agnifilo, we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and working to uplift the Black community. What we won't deny Diddy. He is a music icon. He brought forth a lot of acts that we do adore, but we also see those same acts going through a whole lot of demise and dissension, a la Craig Mack. What happened to and you know what, y'all, and I say this, and it always is like hindsight. I really wish Heavy was here, because he seemed to have been the only person that Sean listened to, or he wouldn't able to book back up on. He's the only one that Sean would listen to. But you have to, anyway, yeah. But self-made icon, family man, I know he loves his children. All of these things can be true. Here's the thing I need for people to understand. All those things can be true, and he still can be a terror. All those things can be true, and he still can be a terror. Agnifilo asks, he is an imperfect person, but is not criminal. Baby, the way you beat down Cassie doesn't seem like you're not criminal to me. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he has voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of the charges. He already knew. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. We'll see. We will see. We will see, because he is out here straight wilding out. I had pulled up the Rolling Stones article to see if they had any extra information, but it was written by Miss Roundtree, and she doesn't seem to have anything. She likes to detail the fall from grace and everything like that, and that's fine. I ain't gonna begrudge her, but she doesn't have anything. She didn't have anything extra in her article to look forward to. So we will see what's gonna go on. We're gonna see all the charges that he files. I'm quite sure we're gonna find that out later on. I wonder if the New York any New York papers, because I can't seem to pull up New York Times. They don't ever want to come up with me because they want me to pay, But what are y'all thinking like this? You think it's about time? You thinking all these things? Cat Williams told y'all that what's done in the dark is gonna come to light. And baby, it doesn't seem like it's been it doesn't seem like it's been since January, but it's September, and every month is something. Every month is something. So what are y'all thinking? I didn't see anything. I looked at 2 or 3 articles real quick, and all of them are basically saying the same thing. Diddy is delusional. Could this be his karma? Y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's interesting. A lot of this money has shielded him from it. So money and his ability to get people to act on his behalf. Money has shielded a lot of this. So it's interesting what's going on. Money has shielded a lot of this. Baby, the way, like I said, the way he and all the stories that you hear about what's going on, again, a lot of those stories that I've heard have been alleged, but baby, them stories about Diddy, you remember they had said that about Diddy slapping Drake, Diddy almost beating down J. Cole, Diddy doing all these little different things, or getting people to do all these other stuff, him throwing money at people, him having all of these parties. Baby, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, thank you so much, Apologetically Simmer. Y'all give it up to her. Thank you for your videos, Pam. I just wanted to show my support. As for Diddy, it's over. It is so over. It is so over. I guess I'm gonna have to hook up some stuff like Dre and Chill does, when you get the super chats, you get these little cute little vignettes. I'm gonna have to figure out how to hook up these vignettes, and I'm gonna give y'all a vignettes. But after all, you get thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for my super chat. Ha ha, got that got that voice. But this is a lot. This is going to be interesting. But because like I said, federal court, they don't have like the pictures and all like that, like you need to see. But baby, wait a minute, hold up. No, that was the state, because I was gonna say the state of New York showed Donald Trump, but this might be the feds. They may not show them. But it's just this is a lot. This is a lot. I wanted to say, because I found out too, y'all, he gone. Tito Jackson is gone. Who is gonna be over there? Joe Jackson in the family now. Who gonna do all that? Because Randy and Jermaine can get out of control. Lord, y'all rest in peace to Tito. And I saw a little TikTok that said, if it wasn't for Tito, who went in that closet and started playing his daddy guitar and popped off them strings, and then his father, angrily made him play it, and he showed good potential to playing it, y'all realize we wouldn't have had no Michael Jackson, Jermaine, the Jacksons, and all of them. Because then I started remembering way back at that movie. I was like, yeah, they didn't do that. They did start rehearsing and doing all kinds of stuff. That's when he started realizing that they had talent. So y'all, shout out to we just trying to get over Frankie Beverly, and here come Tito gone. I don't know who's gonna wrangle that family over there in. I wonder if they're gonna be trying to go, if Jermaine and allegedly Jermaine and Randy gonna be trying to go after Tito's money like they try to go after Michael. I have not sat well with them fools since they had Miss Catherine, like they had her held hostages over there in Sonoma, Arizona, claiming like she was at a spa, took her television and her phone out of her room, and then got her holding up a sheet of paper like she in a hostage situation. I ain't never forgave them for that. Never forgave them for having them kids scared, having to get all on the internet. Does anybody know where my grandmother is? We need our grandmother over here. I ain't never forgave them for that. Got on my doggone nerves. Have us sit up here worried about what's going on with them kids and all that stuff going on, and they over there trying to do some hijacksing and some hijinksing, uh, thinking they about to take over the estate. Baby, you remember that? Oh, that was so. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was mad because they didn't have no business doing Miss Catherine like that. No business. Trying to wrangle up the custody. It was a whole lot of stuff going on. But the one thing, and that's the one thing that I learned from Michael Jackson, is when you have that, get your will, get your trust intact. And because they have never been able to fight that trust is intact, and look how wonderful it has happened now. That the estate may make some decisions that I don't like, but I'm not a Jackson, so it don't bother me as long as the kids are okay and Miss Catherine is taken care of. I can care less what they do. But you notice he went from negative 200 million to what is Michael Jackson worth right now? I'm being nosy. He is worth $2.4 billion, as it says right here. 2 billion. That estate is worth $2 billion right now. 2 billion. $2 billion. That movie was so good. And they said that this new one that's coming up, they said that it's got a potential to be just as good. So I want to see, because I guess we're going to go towards past, when he passed away, when he was murdered. He didn't just pass away, he was murdered. Crazy. It was like a couple of days and everything like that. And I was like, they were trying to get, Jermaine and was trying to get the money, Jermaine and Randy, and then the Tito's son, they had to fight Tito's son, and then they added Tito's son. Well, Tito's son, I think, is in the trust, if I can remember correctly. So they get a little bit of change and stuff like that. But Jermaine and them had to settle for the fact that they can get Miss Catherine's money as long as she's alive, because I think she's over there with her eldest daughter, because she's not doing too well. But I don't know. She got to bury her son. She done already buried one, and now she got to bury another one. So, Well, y'all, that's all I had. I just wanted to come through there. Thank you so much again, Unapologetic Summer, for the 1999 super chat. I do appreciate that. Y'all, I'm gonna continue to follow this story, but y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell your coworkers, tell that heifer that y'all can't stand that I'm over here making these videos, child. And as always, people, bye-bye. Y'all, Diidy gone. Diidy is so gone. And here's the thing, what I would love to see, all those people that enable Diidy to be able to do all those things, I want them gone too, because he doesn't operate by himself. There's a whole crew, and I want that whole crew gone. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.